Hello, fashion friends and family. This is Stacy here from Sobromo and Elsa Fitzgerald Studio. We are in day 7. Can you believe it? Okay, I have completed 144 miles. I have another 56 to do in the next 2 days. So today is the 7th day and tomorrow is the 8th day. Today my goal is to hit 31 miles, tomorrow 25 miles. So I started with mile 1. I thought I was feeling good and strong, but I do know that last night I went to bed later. I didn't get to eat as much as I wanted to. And so when I started walking, I had a banana and I just felt really nauseous. And usually I could talk myself out of these things, but I couldn't. And then I started calculating, like, no, I can't stop. I have a certain number of distance I need to cover, and I'm doing it like at the bare minimum, and my pace was so slow. And then I had to sort of accept that I needed to go sit down and have a proper fuller meal that's warm, and that's what I'm going to do. It's going to eat into my time, but the main thing is to keep myself healthy and able to get through this. Just for fun, I'll show you what I'm eating. I'm actually drinking this Indonesian coffee. I didn't drink any coffee or anything like that, but I just needed to sort of normalize things. But this is probably what I would have had in Indonesia. So my coconut water, my white coffee luwak. This is, I believe, a bakmi ayam, which Ibu Nuri made for me, and it's been an interesting day. I actually got here a little earlier, was able to record my video, post, and move along. Then I had my meltdown and went down to the artist studios and cried. Well, I ate and then I cried. And then I took my shoes off and didn't want to put them back on. I literally just sat there, or had my elbows on the ironing table thinking, like, who can I reach out to? Because I just felt that nothing anyone would say would get me to put them back on. But you guys, I did a post on Facebook, and so many wonderful messages came through, and one of them that stuck out to me was my older sister said, "I'm gonna bring Preston. It's like my little nephew. I'm dropping him off." And I just imagined little Preston coming and seeing his aunt, who is always like, he says I tire him out, and seeing me like in tears, hyperventilating and not wanting to move ahead. And then she sent me a picture of my little baby nephew in his little bed with his cute little butt in his little onesie. And then I saw everyone else's messages and encouragement and faith that I can do this. Good morning, beloved Baltimore. It's Sunday, day 8. I am exhausted. I have 7 miles left. Just to go back, I've combined day 7 and day 8 because they sort of blurred together. On day 7, if we remember, I had a complete meltdown, and it was fortunate to get some words of encouragement, so I put the shoes back on, and I just kept moving. Got to mile 10, was super excited, and knew that I had to make up time. And as I was making up time, I really tried to, in distance, I try not to look at the time and distance, so I put the phone sort of in my pocket. And come to find out many hours later that it didn't calibrate correctly, and that I had done certainly another 15 miles and it didn't show it. So in order to ensure that I could finish today, I then basically ran through the night. I called I messaged my roommate, made sure that she could be on call, but I didn't want to lose that distance, but it wasn't showing on my time. Anyway, I ended up finishing without that 15 miles, showing 25 on day 7, and on today, which is day 8, I am due to do 32 miles. But what I decided is to deduct that 15 that I had completed but wasn't showing. Gosh, I was thinking about what my big message is, and I don't even think it's a big message. I think it's a small message. I think that those little ideas, those things that tug at your heart, that never sort of go away, don't silence them. Give them voice, give them space, and you never know what could happen, and you never know the courage that you have within yourself. And when I walked around Fort McHenry and I thought of all the people that, you know, defended this city and the flag shining through it all, and the hands that sewed it. I had planned for us to wrap up at Federal Hill, but I was a little late. So we will do that next Sunday at 4 o'clock. We'll meet at the flag post. We will start the flagpole, do a loop around the hill, several loops, until we hit 4:30. And at 4:30, we're going to sing part of the national anthem and towards the city, the overlook, and to sort of pronounce the beginning of a new industry. The run is complete, and it's time to bring back the garment industry. Woo-hoo! And the home of the red